Okay, so this afternoon we're going to talk a little bit about the ANT stack licensing for the NRF52. These are the new ANT-only and ANT-BLE combination stacks that we spoke about earlier this morning. So these stacks were developed in collaboration with Nordic Semiconductor, and they're developed exclusively for the NRF52, and ANT Wireless or Dynastream Innovations did develop those. And they will be licensed by us as well. So the two stacks that we developed for the NRF52 are the S212, which is an ANT-only soft device, as well as the S332, which is a combined ANT and full Bluetooth low energy stack. These are based on the Bluetooth portion, or the ANT-BLE combination stack is based on Nordic's S132 BLE soft device. From a how to access the stacks perspective, accessing the chip itself will be much the same as what you are familiar with in accessing Nordic parts. So you contact your distributor and get those parts sent to you. If you're interested in the NRF52 SDK, you would contact Nordic directly for that. And if you're only interested in the BLE soft device, you also contact Nordic directly for that. If you're interested in the S212 or the ANT-only stack for the NRF52 or the combination stack, you contact us directly, and we will go through the licensing process with you and then provide the stacks. Both the S212 and the S332 stacks follow the same license agreement structure. Both will have an evaluation agreement as well as a commercial use agreement. For the evaluation agreement, that agreement is free, so no royalties associated with that. But the caveat there is that it is only intended for use for internal development, testing, and prototyping use only. These soft stacks accessed under that agreement cannot be used for commercial or revenue generating purposes. For the commercial use agreement or the use of stacks in royalty bearing or commercial bearing revenue generating products, you will need a commercial end use agreement, and that one has a royalty fee for the soft device, which applies to each instantiation of the soft device within any end product. The redistribution of those soft devices cannot be done except as included in that end customer product. And for activation of that commercial use agreement, you will be issued a license key for that particular stack. One thing that we should mention here is that both are click-through agreements, and they will be processed through our website. As click-through agreements, you'll probably note when you get access to those agreements that there are a number of corporate entities listed on the agreement itself. This is due to the fact that we as ANT Wireless are an entity from Dynastream Innovations, which is also a wholly owned subsidiary of Garmin. Our intellectual property is owned by Garmin Switzerland, so the legal and binding agreements for licensing will be between you and Garmin Switzerland. So when you see those corporate entities on the agreements, that explains why. From a contact perspective and a financial transaction basis perspective, royalties, processing, financial transactions, and the like will be processed by Dynastream on behalf of Garmin Switzerland. And any support or information, contact support that you might require will be done directly through ANT Wireless. So on the commercial use side, I think this is what everybody was looking for from an information perspective. Royalties for these soft devices will be 8 cents per instantiation in an end product. These licenses will be activated with the commercial license key upon approval and the setup of a formal account with our finance group. The payment and reporting structure right now, those details are being finalized, so that agreement will probably be becoming available through our website in the next 6 to 8 weeks. From a licensing process perspective, for the evaluation agreement, when the agreements become released, and we expect those to be released, as Lee's mentioned this morning, by the mid-October timeframe, you'll be able to go to this particular website address, click on the SoftDevices tab, and then that will take you to a new page, which will ask you as the licensee to fill in a bunch of information and agree to the terms of the license agreement. And then you can click accept, and then that information will be automatically processed within our web server and web server automation process that will check for export control compliance. And then upon approval of that, the soft stacks will be automatically issued to you. On the commercial agreement side of things, when that agreement becomes available within the 6 to 8 week time frame, the process is very similar as the evaluation agreement. You will have to provide some information for accounting purposes, and our accounts and finance department will be in touch with you guys to set up an account for that. Evaluation stacks will be available, as I mentioned, mid-October timeframe. They will be licensed for the alpha stack that has been released or will be released at that timeframe, and production versions of that stack will be available following Nordic's release of the production version of the S132 stack in December of this year. So that was a real quick overview of the licensing structure, the licensing approach. Yeah. Okay, thank you.